Hi, babe.
Hi.
Welcome back to another Shade Life archive. I don't know why I'm saying it like an announcer. Welcome back
Shade Life
to another
Archive.
Shade Life Archives. Back in the mitzvah days. To another Shade Life Archives episode. So if it's your first time tuning in, what we do is we look at something in the past in the archives, from photo, video, something from Facebook, something from Instagram, something in the past. Really? Something in the past. And then we talk about it and see what it brings up, what thoughts, what emotions, all that fun stuff. So that's what we're going to do. But as you noticed, if you've seen this before, we changed angles because we put up our tree.
I'm so happy.
This one over here was adamant.
Yeah, because we always are away during December.
That's
we always
true.
go up to Georgia. So
We usually
it's like,
travel for the holidays.
I was like, I'm skipping fall and I'm going straight to Christmas.
So that kind of works out in and through COVID,
Yeah.
you know, where we have to be somewhere.
Yeah.
And this is our first time in our new home. So this is nice. So we moved in here
So happy. End of August.
And there's a vlog coming out soon where, you know, the whole journey of finding a tree and putting it up together as a family. Bodhi got to put up his own. Okay.
Okay.
We're getting off.
Sidetrack.
All right, cool. So
Cute.
I got my jobby tripod. What happened?
Nothing, I just moved the couch.
Oh, okay.
Because I'm so strong.
Momo, stop it. Jeez. All right, here we go. Everyone's still focused? We're good? Okay. Memories. So I'm going to go to Facebook. I'm going to go to Memories. Okay, remind me to screenshot this one.
Yes.
When we're done, all right? Okay. Oh, look at that. House of South, Volume 2. Remember that event?
Whoa.
That was a good one. Let's just scroll through to see what we want to talk about
Okay.
first. Okay. A comment from Giselle, Miss G.
All right.
Ooh, that's a good one. Open floor. Remember when we threw that?
Yes.
Open floor. We can talk about that. That's a good one. I don't know what that is. And
Oh my gosh.
okay, we can do that one too. Hold on, I'm gonna do something really quick. There we go.
Oh yeah.
So I can remember it. Okay. So we can either talk about House of South, which is a house dance event competition that we threw, sandbox style. We could talk about this. That's the same thing. Miss G's comment. We could talk about off OFF, open floor Florida. Oh, that's what we called it?
Yeah.
That's funny. Then there's this. I don't know what that is. Oh my gosh, this is
When you started speaking.
This is when I started speaking.
Right?
We could talk about that, but I feel it'll be all about me, even though like usually I talk a lot anyway. But
Well, last one was kind of all about me.
yeah,
The dance.
no, it's okay. We'll skip
Okay.
that one. We'll do it another time. Ocean's Deep Party. That's a good one.
Oh wow.
There's a lot of memories on this one. Jeez. I also post a lot, so.
What is that?
Clearwater. Okay, that's because we were at this wedding.
Oh, I wasn't there with you.
Yeah, I was with Fernando. We were DJing a wedding for my good friends
to
out
stay
there.
back.
Jean. Oh, this was from the Philippines
When we did
donation event that we did.
Yes.
That was a good one.
Gosh, there's so many.
There's a lot of things. All right, so my pick is off the
You
floor.
take it.
The floor one. I
Okay.
feel like we can pull
I'm
up.
gonna let you start it off though.
That's a good one. Okay, so screenshot.
Bam.
Boom, got that. Scrolling down. Let me stop this recording. Boom. Okay, cool. All right, off the floor. All right, so this event, I guess you could say, specifically. Can you tap my face?
When did we throw it?
Okay, so this this event, I got to tap your face. Autofocus. Come on,
Come
Canon.
on, people.
Come on, Canon, get with it. All right, so this event, it's called Open Floor, but this was actually like an official open floor event of all the open floors that we've done before.
Yes.
So open floor concept is like an open mic, but for all artistries of performance.
Yep.
So one thing that's really cool about an open mic night is like amateurs, intermediate, advanced people,
Yep.
you know, anyone can just hop on the mic and sing. So it was taking this concept of giving people an opportunity to just share their mind, their heart, or maybe they've never performed before. Because at the time, if you guys don't know, my wife and I, we were leading a community dance event called House of Drums every Tuesday night, and we included this segment, I guess you could say, in the middle of the event called Open Floor, where people would sign up and they would just perform. So this post is like a big event built off from all those other events. But what's kind of funny is that when we threw that event, we didn't realize it was Art Basel.
Oh.
Or I think it was
wow.
I think it was Art Basel.
Yep.
And nobody came.
Yeah,
it was bad.
we messed up on that one.
It was really bad. I'm really bad with like remembering.
But
Actually,
you're pretty good about that stuff, because every time we've thrown an event, you're like, oh, but there's a breaking event, or they're throwing an event in
I'm
Orlando.
good when there's
so
an
we
event within our community. But when there's things happening in the real world, like one time I scheduled a really big DJ event in South Beach, and I didn't even realize that the Miami Heat were in the finals, and it was the final game. And I was like, how come nobody's coming? And it's because everybody was downstairs at the bar watching the game. Yeah, I'm not in tune with life sometimes.
It's okay.
Anyways, so
I mean, it was a decent turnout.
it was.
It wasn't horrible.
It wasn't. No, it was bad. It was not good at all. When you like are charging at the door, you know.
Yeah.
Anyways, what's your I guess you could say.
Gosh, I'm trying to remember the people that performed. Do
But
you remember the people?
I wouldn't even worry about so much of like that night, just like the concept of Open Floor itself. Like we've had some like really magical moments during Open
Oh my
Floor.
gosh. Well, it just created a safe space for people, especially like you said, people who haven't performed before. It just gave them a safe space to explore.
Yes.
And to find themselves, and to just feel safe enough to speak their heart through movement, you know, or any form of art.
Well, when you think about it too, like, I mean, not to like take credit for anybody's like skill, of course, but so many like people have come out of House of Drums that are doing like really great things right now, you know, like and it started from giving them a platform to find the confidence in themselves.
Yep.
Like I'm a firm believer that sometimes people don't really need like a guru or a teacher. They just need space. So if you just give somebody space, they'll figure it out.
Yep.
And it's like kind of like in life, if you just create space in your life for something that you want to do, you don't really need anyone to teach you. Just learn by experience and over time, and just create space for it. And that's what this event was for, was the concept of just creating space for people to really find themselves.
Yeah.
And I think one thing that we always like told the kids was, it's fun to tell the kids, like we're that much older than them.
We had a lot of kids.
We would always tell them, you know, it's about losing yourself, refinding yourself, and then recreating yourself.
Correct. Yep.
And the Open Floor concept was something that I think really did that for so many people. I mean, you take on like Kid the Monster, and he's in freaking Las Vegas now on one of the biggest shows, the Michael Jackson 1, Circus du Soleil.
Yeah.
Am I saying that right? I don't
Circus.
know. I can never
Cirque du
say
Soleil?
it correctly.
Cirque du Soleil.
That show, right? I mean, he was talented before that, but you know, the fact that you can give somebody a platform to perform, and now he's on one of the biggest platforms performing. Someone like Slip, Alric, who, I mean, every time he would perform, he would just like jaw drop, and you would just like,
I mean, you were sucked into his performance.
You were just into it, and such like an amazing person and artist. You look at Quincy and Portia, and now they're like leading ministry at Church by the Glades, and they're performing all the time. And again, this is not like to take away anyone's natural ability and credit, but you do feel good about giving people the space and opportunity to do so.
Yeah, and I think to add to that, it's just pretty awesome, the consistency of it, because it was something that we started implementing.
Yes.
More at Drums.
Yeah.
And I think the consistency of someone constantly practicing it was basically a practice for them to get better in their craft. And
the beautiful thing about that when we started doing it consistently, everybody was on board about it.
Yeah, they were excited about it.
Yeah, like people would sit down, like who's gonna perform, who's gonna share, and like the energy in the room, and when you're starting out as not just as an artist in any profession, when you don't have that support system or people cheering you on, it's nerve-wracking.
Yeah.
So
sure.
to create an environment where everybody is like, look, I get it, it's your first time, or
Yep.
you're new at this,
Yep.
or you're pursuing being a singer, or you're pursuing being a poet. I mean, just giving people that space and then backing them up. I mean, it's like parenting.
Oh yeah.
You know, like in parenting with
they
Bodhi.
really fly because they feel like they start to believe in themselves when you believe in them.
For
you know,
sure.
when people are starting to like cheer them on and say, "Man, you great job. You know, you're doing amazing things," and it gives you a sense of boost, and not in an arrogant way, but in a confident way. You know, it
Yeah, of
definitely
course.
helps build confidence.
Yeah, and at the same time, it could backfire if you
It
give
can.
people too much confidence too
Absolutely.
soon. You know.
Absolutely.
But I think the concept of leadership really. I mean, I've always thought that it's really. It's not necessarily teaching anybody things sometimes. It's a lot more of just like creating. It's helping people find their own wings, and then letting them fly.
Right.
And then allowing them, because if you teach somebody and you tell somebody, you take away the power of that individual really grasping on to whatever it is that they need to learn to move forward. But if they learn it on their own and you help them understand that on their own, then it's way more powerful.
Yeah.
So like as a leader, I think it's important to just give someone the space that they need to learn and make mistakes.
Right.
Because like these performances weren't perfect.
No.
Right, there's a lot of mistakes. And you know what? I never thought about it. I mean, I've thought about it until now. This is where I started speaking. Like technically, this is where I started speaking.
Was it at the first?
No, I mean my first times ever really speaking. First time speaking is on a microphone. It's like DJing weddings,
Right,
mitzvahs.
of course.
But my first time ever speaking was Catalyst West Palm Beach, when I gave that sermon
With Maria?
with Maria raising her hand and stuff. But drums was a home that I got comfortable with my voice.
Yes.
And I didn't realize that is what led me into like my TED Talk. That's what led me into being comfortable to speak at Heartway.
Yep.
And it was this, and as much as it was an open floor for other people,
Yeah.
it was an open floor for me
you, yeah.
to learn that. And I want to say it was an open floor for us, like as I don't want to say like older or elders, but as people that take responsibility of other people's lives, and like knowing and having that opportunity. I mean, think about like how we raised Bodhi.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, and like so much of how we are with Bodhi is just giving him space, right? Like not so much of like holding his hand to do things. Like we're always like, when he falls, let him.
You're gonna be all right.
See
be okay, boo.
See what he does. Just see what he does, right? And then cheering him on. Like whenever he falls, we're like, yay!
Yeah.
You know, giving him that positive reinforcement and showing that you support him. And I never thought about that. How like an event like that was also an open floor, like for us.
Yeah.
That's
I mean, you never know when you're doing something, the ripple effect that it has on. We were just talking about that the other day, actually. We were just like, you never know the people you meet, the conversations you have, the experience you experience. Like, you never know what those will actually...
like who it touches.
Yeah, connect with later on, you know?
That's so true.
We wouldn't... I mean, some of the people that we work with now, we would have never...
Oh, my gosh.
...thought in a million years that would happen from an experience long ago.
From way back when.
Yeah.
Right.
So it's really cool.
Yeah. I think what I really am thankful for with an event like that, even though its actual big event flopped,
It's okay.
I think that's actually something that's really like I'm grateful for.
Yeah.
And what I mean is like the concept of doing it was like one day we're going to throw this big open floor event and it's going to be awesome. And nobody came. But the beautiful part of it was building it.
Absolutely.
Was like
the process.
Yeah, it was day by day, every week. You know, who's gonna perform here? And I remember like sometimes it was stressful, like figuring out who's gonna perform. Some people didn't show up. People would like sign up last minute, and then it would be like, all right, guys, we got like 7 performances. This is too much.
This is too much.
You know?
Because a lot of them would do like 10-minute performances.
Oh man, because some people would just, but that was a beautiful thing
Yeah.
too. Some people were just in it. They were just in it, and you were like, I need to cut them off, but I can't.
Yeah.
Because the energy is just so.
It's like when you're in a conversation with someone, you're like,
Yeah, the energy is
you don't
just
want to just
so
say
real
stop
right
talking,
now.
you know.
Like,
Keep going.
no, I don't know what I'm supposed to do. Oh my god. You know what it is? You give me an open floor to speak. I'm so serious. Like when we talk, I just like go, and I feel safe to just talk. And not because I know you're listening, because I do know you're listening, but because I know it's a safe environment to speak.
Absolutely.
And I do think that's important to say, because we do that well for each other, which is creating a safe environment. And we've talked about it before.
Yeah.
But to create a safe environment for communication, and also to learn things by trial and error,
Absolutely.
messing up and not judging each other when you mess up.
Yeah.
Like, it happens.
Allowing each other to fall
Yeah. That's it.
and get back up.
I'd catch you. I gotta get in right stance sometimes. I can't get there as fast sometimes because of my back, but I will catch you.
And I fall quite often.
Yeah, you.
Me and Bodhi,
Your social awareness is
spatial.
Yes,
Spatial awareness.
Social
Awareness, I'm good at
No,
it.
I'm the social awareness one.
It's the spatial awareness I suck at.
You know what's funny? Bodhi has both of that. He has the social awareness default, like me, like the bad
he's
side.
pretty good at it.
You can call him and he'd be like, that's dad, right? All day. And then spatial awareness, he's bumping in, that's mom. He's bumping into things.
That's
he
true.
runs and doesn't look forward.
And he always falls and goes, anybody gonna
But he doesn't look forward. Like, you know what I mean? Like human instinct should be look where you're running.
Yeah. He doesn't do that at all.
Anyways.
We're working on that. That's
Oh,
hysterical.
man.
But you know what came to my mind when you were talking about...
We need to get him off the floor. That's what we need.
Off the floor, Florida.
Yes.
It made me think of... I believe you gave a sermon on it, but you were talking about how a caterpillar... The story of the caterpillar, that someone helped it out and it couldn't turn into the butterfly.
Yeah, the butterfly effect.
The butterfly
That's not a
effect.
butterfly effect. It's not what it's called, actually.
Oh.
But it's when
was
the
like, yeah.
caterpillar.
Oh, that's a new word.
Caterpillar. When a caterpillar is in a cocoon and somebody was walking by and they noticed that the butterfly was struggling to get out of the cocoon, so they helped it.
Right.
And then when they helped it, they thought that the butterfly was going to spread its wings and fly. And then what happened is the butterfly fell to the ground, and he couldn't because his body was
Weak.
not in proportion
Right.
to fly.
Right.
And what this person didn't realize is that when the butterfly comes out of the cocoon, that the cocoon itself, the struggle to get out, squeezes all of, I guess you could say, the bodily fluids into its correct shape so that it's in the right shape, so that it can fly. So that it wasn't able to. And what you learn from it is that it's the actual struggle that allowed the butterfly to fly.
Right.
And if you help it, then you're disabling. You're not allowing it to fly to its full potential, and you could be
Yes.
hurting it more than helping. And I think leaders often do that. I think parents often do that. I think friends often do that, which is you help so much thinking that you're helping and not realizing you're hurting the other person because you're not allowing them to struggle through something, because that's how you learn, is to struggle through it. It's like working out, like fitness in itself. The only way you grow stronger is through bodily trauma. You know, that's why the next day you wake up and you're hurting and you're in pain, and then you look in the mirror the next day, you're like, oh snap, I got a six-pack. It's been a while since I've said that, but I'm getting there.
It's okay. You're still hot to me.
I know. I don't mean like I know, but I know that you love me no matter what. I'm losing in this conversation. I need to get off this.
I'm trying to bring it tight. I'm trying to tie it back because
you're amazing.
So what you're saying, like what that entire... Okay, take two. to bring it back full circle,
Yes.
I was saying that when we opened the floor to people and allowed them to do it, sometimes helping people is not necessarily holding them by their hand, but allowing them the space to refine themselves.
Yes.
And that's what our hopes was with Off the Floor Florida. It's a very tongue twister.
Open floor. Event.
Open floor.
Yeah.
What did I say? Off the floor?
Off the floor. And that's what it's called. It was called.
Yeah.
Very confused. I don't even know what the freaking event was called anymore. It's something
This
about a floor.
It's a fantastic conversation.
It's an open floor, but get off of it.
Get off. Get off. So, yeah, that's all to say that sometimes helping people is actually letting go of the reins.
That's beautiful.
So.
That's beautiful. Well, speaking of letting go, I got some things I gotta do. I know you got some things to do, so. And, yeah.
Handle that.
Oh, you said it.
I did.
I get to do it now.
Oh, good one. But you gotta hold it a little.
Oh, sorry.
There you go. Yeah.